So this is an exploration into games. We wanted to build an iPhone game. We've never done a game before. And so what this is a simple word game. It's similar to Boggle. If you're familiar with Boggle, you're basically trying to create words on the fly. So I'm going to make the word tip, T-I-P, and then we light up over here. I'm going to check it in. And so you can basically make any word you want. We have a dictionary of over 100,000 words. If I make a mistake, so let's say I go year, but then I make a mistake and type something else, I can clear it out. So really simple game. We take it to the next level. We allow you to play online. We allow you to play with other people and compete for scores. You can have a private room so you can play just your friends and not the entire world as well. And that game is actually available in two versions. There's a free version which you can download and add supported, and there's the paid version which I just showed you. The fourth app I'm going to show you is called Runkeeper. And so this was developed for another company. So the apps I showed you before are developed for our own company. We sell them ourselves. This is something that we did for a client. And so Runkeeper is a fitness sports application. And so instead of buying an expensive GPS armband, if you're a fitness professional or you're going for a run, you want to track your run, you can basically use your iPhone. And so we show you your statistics on your run. So here we have your speed. We have how long you've been running, your pace, and your total distance. We can do other things like show you a map, which isn't going to work because I'm not online. We can, if you have an armband, so a lot of people run with a sports armband, we can actually flip the display, you get larger numbers, you can flip it on its side, you can flip it back. We have other things like history and settings and stuff so you can see our historical runs as well. The last application I'm going to show you is called Jet Setter. It should be available later this week. We're working with Apple on this right now. This was originally going to be a high-end app. So we had explored the low-end 99-cent market. And so what we had hoped to do is explore the very high-end. So we had actually designed this originally to be in the $1,000 level app. And so we wanted it to be trendsetters, really high-end people to use this application to track their travel. It turned out Apple didn't see that as a good idea. So we actually have changed our business on this. This is going to be a much more of a consumer level app. It's in the $4.99 to $10 range. And so it's a global competition. People can basically compete for mileage and see who's traveling the most. So we actually have a number of users already on it. This guy, World Flyer 747, flew from California to the East Coast just recently. So you can see he accumulated about 3,000 miles. We also have a social component so people can chat back and forth and kind of discuss what they're doing. So in summary, my name is Greg Reyes. Those are my apps, and happy to take some questions. I see a hand up over there, I guess.
I just wanted to thank you for doing our page roll. I use it every day. So.
Oh, super.
Yeah.
Satisfied customer. Excellent.
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges of working with Apple?
There are many challenges. So Apple's a great company. I can't speak highly enough of them. There are certain pieces that are particularly challenging in that the approval process for the application is at times frustrating. So I think that's a challenge, and we've been working through that with a number of our applications. Roadblocks in some way, so it's sometimes not as predictable as we'd like it. But that being said, I think it's a lot easier to develop applications on this platform than many of the platforms in Apple.
So once the app's on the store, what have you learned about engaging with the audience and building sort of an audience around that particular app?
So it kind of depends on the application. So the kind of application with the most audience and the most time spent building an audience is actually for our client, for Runkeeper. And they've actually spent a lot of social media time evangelizing the application, getting out and talking to the users and setting up forums and things like that. For some of our utility applications, like our calculators, there's not so much a community built around those. Those are more kind of single-use applications. People find them useful. We do find people kind of sharing the applications at dinner and showing their friends and talking about it that way and socializing the app. But it's less of a, all the calculator people get together and have a meetup. That doesn't really happen. But we are seeing that for runners and other types of things. We think Jet Setter may be another type of travel community where we're already seeing that in our chat where people come back on a regular basis chat and start talking about stuff. We're going to see financial calculator in these devices. Well, so the two calculators that I showed you are financial calculators of a respect. They're very broad calculators, so they appeal to a wide demographic. They're not, there are more sophisticated financial calculators that do stocks and other kinds of transactions. So I'm not exactly sure what you mean, but there are a lot of developers filling specific niches, and so yours is probably out there. Yeah.
You save the data for tip calculator, for example. If you integrated like with Yelp and you could show what the aggregated tip was at a restaurant, that would be a lot more powerful than just people saying they love it or something. This is actually, they're getting 20% tip or something.
Yeah, we talked about kind of, and we've done a number of geolocation apps. I'm only doing 5 of our apps. We actually have a number of other apps that I'm not showing. And so we've done some geolocation stuff. There's some particular challenges in doing any kind of integration with services such as Yelp. It would be possible, but Yelp would have to kind of reach out and say, we love your app, can we partner and stuff like that.
So do you save the data though? Like,
we do not save individual data.
Or you don't know what restaurant they're going to actually?
Yeah, you don't really know. You don't have, when you're inside the building, you don't have precise enough geolocation to know you're at this restaurant as opposed to across the street.
So is there a lot of take-up in terms of the growth of applications? You seem to be turning into an custom application, kind of leading over to the product house.
Well, the history of our company, we've done a lot of consulting, so we specialize in user experience and user interface consulting. So we've been doing our own software products for a number of years, mostly focused on Windows-based development, and we've seen a little bit of uptake, but we've seen a lot more on the iPhone.
So
we are balancing that.
Is there a trend now for clients to do more branded apps, like the Korean dog show app?
Yeah, we are seeing a number of Fortune 500s who have previously not dabbled at something mobile, building a mobile website, approach us and say, what can you do for us? So we are showing some. It's still early in that game. There's a lot more brands that have not entered the space.
So the iPhone Nano has this thing with Nike that they measure your. Have you thought about doing something similar to the running program?
Yeah. So the Nike Plus uses an accelerometer in, I believe, the shoe that goes into the shoe. We actually think that this data is a lot more precise in that it's actually using the GPS chip on the iPhone. So we're not looking at that right now. Although we are consultants for the company.